Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new video. In today's video we are going to be playing an Ancestry build with the shaman. The way that it works is the skills have something called Ancestry, which means that whenever you cast the skill you consume stacks to apply or to summon Ancestry, which is totems that deal damage based on your maximum HP. Now this is actually affected by a devastating blow, so we're going to be using that to try and get as much damage out of them as humanly possible, with scaling devastating blow as well as HP and as well as the ancestry. So when Faydum was released, he gathered something called ancestry increases, where you can increase the amount of ancestry totems that you apply. But we're first going to start with the Volkage and Vault to get increased to the devastation so that we can get increased damage. And the way it's going to work is we're going to go and we're going to skill chain, and we're going to just use two skills. So in this case it's the poison skills, and we might, if we're lucky, also invest into bleed if we get there. So we'll try and grab all the synergetic upgrades. So if we go poison to doom, doom to burn, burn to slow, slow to disarray, and then disarray to bleed. Do full circle if we can. There are other ways to do it, like if we want first we can grab a burn skill and then we can just use it. So like here, we were lucky enough, we got a nice burn skill right in early, and we're going to use this just to get ourselves some disarray on, not disarray, to get ourselves some slow on hit, slow to disarray, and then disarray to bleed, and that kind of skips over going from poison to doom, doom to burn, burn to slow. So we'll see if that works. If you use, there are runes you can use with specific skills and things like that, but we don't have them. We're not going to worry about things like block and armor, like we normally don't. Multicasting, we don't have to worry about that. We're going to get all of that juiciness from other sources. So over here we'll grab one burn on hit. We can get rid of the expansive as well. We won't be needing that, as it won't really matter. And we don't need Colossal either, because the point is just for us to cast as many times as possible and summon as many totems as quickly as possible. So low cast speed is needed, but that's about it. You don't need to hit the enemies with your casts, you just need to cast. We don't need you, unfortunately, and we don't need the ancestral vision, we don't need powerful strikes either. However, we do need critical strike chance, because devastation is based on critting. So cool. We did get a poison to doom, which we don't need, so we won't get rid of it, but we just ignore it. Movement speed's good here, and then critical strike chance, HP scaling, remove the armor. Yeah, everything's in the green. Magnetic, movement speed. Alright, now as we keep getting more and more HP, the Ancestral's damage bonus is going to increase. The only issue is the one boss that we need to fight is the boss that's going to help us get both HP as well as devastation. So there's a little bit of a problem there, because we need to fight this boss many times, and that's Volkage and Vault, and they're going to cause us grief, I assume. Okay, critical strikes applied on full health enemies. That's fine. That means our first hit will always be a nice, beautiful crit. Multicasting is going to be very good here as well, because that's going to allow us to spawn more totems faster. And then we're literally just going to do Faydum, and that we might grab one like exposed on hit from Misa hits, but it really just depends on whether or not we're lucky, because if we're lucky and we're able to get bleed, then we don't need exposed. But right now, as you can see, we're not very lucky with our upgrades, and we're not getting the burn to slow. If we had synergetic, we would obviously have a much better time with that, but because we don't. Also, Ascension is very impactful this time as well, because it does give us 37% increased HP. It is multiplicative as well, so it's going to be a big upgrade in terms of damage. So we're on like 200 HP. Oops, we can't actually pick it up right now, it's very dangerous. can't even see where the circle is. There it is. So there we go. The nice thing about the Ascension as well is it does cause, it gives us, what's the wording I'm looking for? Okay, that's what we were looking for. It gives us taunt. So we don't need skills anymore. Over here, we can go for damage increases and multicast. Beautiful. More movement speed, more HP, magnetic, cast frequency there, a multicast on the skills.
And dark. This strength is divine.
Excuse me. Alright, so the whole reason we actually take Mart is because these counts as allies. And essentially what's going to happen is as we cast Mart, as you can see, it is going to buff their damage as well. So it's like a further damage increase for free onto our totems as long as they're close to us. We don't really want fire damage, but you know, I'm just taking as many sources of it so that eventually we can grab what is the burn to slow. So I'm just hoping by grabbing different sources of bleed, of burn, we're going to get burn to slow, and then we're one step closer to grabbing our bleed from there. Definitely need more cast frequency though. And would you look at that, we got more. I need even more game. Give me those epic relentless upgrades. I think this boss fight's going to be so hard. Okay, cast frequency, laugh, lethality, multicast, cast frequency. We're going to have to just pick up the cast frequencies. We need way more cast frequency than what we've got.
No turning back.
One to summon Ancestry, and then also just to deal damage. Now I do know Devastating Blow does not work on bleed, but until you land up getting bleed or whatever the case is, or maybe if you don't land up getting bleed and that was your choice, at least this is a very safe option for damage. So I do know that it works on the skills 100%. So we grab it, and we're definitely going to be doing more damage, and it does affect Ancestry. So Ancestry is now going to do far more damage. And with that, we go with Faydum. And then after Faydum, we can just grab one Mesa head for Exposed. Again, Exposed doesn't affect bleed, but it also means we can kind of give up on the bleed now and just go with this way. We were very unlucky with it. If we were more lucky and we landed up getting it faster, then we could go for the Blood Frenzy here. But because we are unlucky, we have to focus on Ancestry and Critical Strike Chance and crit damage instead, which is perfectly fine too. So potency is good there. The bonus damage increase, I actually want cast frequency instead. And then over here, we're going to grab damage as well as potency. So grab those. And then at least we get area of effect, damage increase, and multicast chance from our every 25 levels. So now this level coming up. It should be soon. Reroll that. We don't need damage, so here we go. So there we go, we get exactly what I was talking about. Damage, area, and multicast. Beautiful. And multicast is going to affect a Mart as well. Not multicast, sorry, area of effect. And the way that that's going to work is, one, it's also going to affect all of these allies every time we apply Mart. And it's also going to work on the Ancestry totems as well, so increasing their damage overall. So it's going to be like a really good little damage increase. You could probably go without Devastation and take Arcane, Power, Chaos, not Chaos, Bloodlust, and then also Mart. But you lose a lot of damage by not having the Devastating Blow. Okay, Nature to Holy is good. We don't want Doom. potencies are good, cast frequency, HP is the most important thing here, so we always take HP whenever we see it. That supersedes anything else because ancestry scaling is based on how much HP you have. Okay, I'm just going to lower the visuals a little bit. Just there's like it creates a little bit of a flash with these skills. Although I do love green, it can be quite hectic looking at it all the time. HP, multicasts are good. Duration of the ritual is good here. We need the potency and the HP there. I can't. We should have gone endless refill actually. I didn't realize what we were doing there. So endless refill, guys. Don't copy my exact runes. Endless refill instead of efficient extraction. But if you're a little bit better than I am with regards to, you know, using your skills, then don't worry about it. I don't want to lock there. Let's just do area and damage. It's fine. And then, of course, damage will be the most important thing because we're going to get Mart. And then multicast is also pretty good because you summon more ancestral totems. Okay, so the way that works is you start off with 7 totems. So if you take a look over here, it says maximum amount of 7 totems. I have tried and tested this, and what's going to happen is it's going to increase that amount to obviously 11 totems. It doesn't say it or mention it, but I can guarantee you that you're going to see 11 totems all over the place. So do keep that in mind. And then of course we just work on the area of effect. I don't know if area of effect makes them deal more damage or not, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, so increase the summon amount. He also has max health, and it also comes with cast frequency and multicast. So if we feel like, okay, we've got enough ancestry totems now, we can go back to him and well, I mean, we are literally going between Valk and Faydum for this round. And literally just going devastation and then going for that. We can grab, I mean, if you're very unlucky with life upgrades, you can grab the max HP passives from them. So let's say instead of getting the +4 to ancestry, you can grab the 75 life instead. But that's only if you're very unlucky. So like here, life, good. As you keep getting more life, it keeps scaling more and more. Doesn't tell you the amount over there. Does it tell us the amount here? No. Okay, well, we've got it based here as well, so it's 23 times damage right now. Also, we're sitting on 118 critical strike chance, so we don't need crit anymore. We can actually banish it, but we can work on critical strike chance. I mean, critical strike damage. Our ascension popped up behind us. That's such a trash place for it to appear, but whatever. As you can see, we got far more than 7 ancestry totems. And we just got to get as many as humanly possible. Okay, we don't need the lethality anymore. We can grab the damage bonus, that's fine, because again, it should increase the amount of damage that our other skills work or apply, our ancestry. Should. Haven't tested it, so, you know, don't quote me on that. Multicast is very important. You can see the number over there. As long as it keeps going up at a steady pace, we're always going to be summoning a decent amount of totems. Also, this is where our ascension is very important. So you go 626 HP. We go all the way up to 856%. And that scales the damage from whatever it was to 49 or 59 now. I actually got to keep my eyes on that. So we'll see. I did lock the duration there. I think duration is very important for the ancestry. I mean, then the ascension, because that's going to help us obviously keep our life at a high value for longer. Okay, nice. Potency increases coming in here. So again, over here we're going to take the laugh. You focus laugh, guys. It doesn't not matter what you're getting. Focus that HP. We do have more rerolls. I'm going to start using them a little bit more efficiently. That's just because I've previously done some other runs where I really didn't have good timing with that. We will take a rotting. We do apply poison, and quite frequently, so it's just worth getting that little bit of extra damage. So any poison damage that's applied, especially since our poison damage is multiplied based on your health in this one, so it just makes sense to just grab that little bit of poison damage. Alright, so things seem to be working pretty well. I do want to see the skill breakdown and Ancestry working exactly as planned and dealing all that beautiful damage. So we grab that, and now we go back to Faydum. The ways that you can elevate this, if you don't want to just get, I mean, if you want to go and, see, the thing is, I want to grab as much devastating blow as possible. So what you could do here, instead of grabbing Ancestry, you could grab your Radiance, you could grab your Finesse, you can grab your, all those other buffs that you'd normally get. I don't think you need the Colossal, to be honest. You just grab a couple of legendary area of effects, and you're sorted. But what you can do then is also go full exposed and things like that. Because we're doing direct damage, it's going to elevate your damage even further. So you can use exposed. I don't think bleed's going to work very well, unfortunately, but it was worth a shot to try and see where it took us. Okay, cast frequency. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. We can banish that. Take those. Laugh. Cast frequency. Might as well have our burn deal damage immediately. Laugh. And some more multicast chance. That was so silly of me. Damage is far more important because of the Mart. But now we don't need cast frequency on Mart anymore. Just literally potency. And as mentioned before, Mart does look like it is affecting our Ancestry totems as well. So, nice and easy. And now I'm thinking of being a little bit cheeky. And what I'm thinking of doing, let's just reroll here a bit. Potencies are good. Potency is great. Multicast is great. I would like to have seen HP, but we never. So I'm thinking of being a little bit cheeky. We did defeat the Loot Goblin, which means we are going to go into a treasure room now. But what we could do is, instead of fighting the Void King immediately, what we can do instead is get ourselves another Ancestry upgrade from Faydum right away. Okay, laugh, laugh. Doesn't matter if I see legendaries. Laugh means more damage.
Another step toward balance between light and dark.
But even if we don't be cheeky, it doesn't really matter, because we still get to choose whatever we want regardless. I would have liked to have locked those, but yeah, again, endless refill instead of efficient extraction. And that will put you in a much better spot. Ooh, okay, these totems are actually hurting. Look at that. I don't know how long they'll hurt for like this. I think we should do at least one exposed. Okay, grab the rotting again. So we've got another +4 ancestries. We're going to go through here just so we can get that extra XP, because, you know, just makes us that much stronger. I think what we're going to do before we fight the Void King, let's go do a single Mesa head fight, just so we can get exposed on hit. And then we can go from there. Okay, I can't have locks, so we just do damage. Damage, cast frequency, of course, merciless. There was a laugh. Laugh, laugh, laugh over everything. Cast frequency. Laugh over everything. We're getting a lot of multicast for that for some reason. Poison, we're not worried about. Burn, we're not worried about. Magnetic, we're not worried about. Not worried about that either. Oh my goodness, that thing has a lot of multicast on it now. Okay, let's go do Misa hit. I don't know, like they're getting a lot of poison there. Exposed on hit's going to be a massive increase to damage.
Here are out of balance. I will bring it back.
And then getting Radiance would also help because of Fragility, but we can just grab Fragility on hit from the Void King.
Another step toward balance between light and dark.
And then the only other things would be like Dazed, Disoriented, but I don't think it's fully necessary. I just want to grab as many Ancestries and as many other increases to that damage. So devastating blows or demolitions, as well as ancestral amount. I just want to grab as many as humanly possible. Okay, nothing over there, so we've got to do that. We can grab Relentless. Damage. Sitting on 400% increased damage just from that. I think that's pretty big. We're still spamming cast frequency so we can get these skills hitting as fast as possible. Excuse me. Nature to Holy. Yeah, it's not really necessary since its skill cooldown is already as low as its duration. 1,400 life pretty much. And then you can see as soon as the Ancestry spawns, just how quickly it's defeating everything around it. Okay, let's do this one first. No, yeah, change my mind. Maybe another one will spawn for us. I will grab an area of effect, what the heck. And damage increase while we have our Ascension active. 35% increased damage.
Piece by piece, we reclaim the balance.
Alright, more movement speed, more life. Movement speed's just nice to get things going a little bit faster. Also, it helps with fights like Misa hit and stuff. Okay, they spawned right here, so we're just gonna chill. We don't have cunning on them, however, they seem to focus on bosses regardless. So exposed on hit, nice, beautiful, give us that exposed. Quite interesting how even after you've beaten 5 Titans, the game does not let you quit. You have to go and fight the Void King or you have to lose.
The primordial gate must be opened.
Would not have expected that.
The final conflict is
Right, so now that we've got exposed on hit, we're going to apply the exposed on everything, and then the ancestral totems can do their thing. That should have increased our damage thoroughly. I do have to just turn down the visuals, because now the area of effect's getting a little bit much. Where did it? Oh, it summoned a 4th cost. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, all of our damage is coming from Ancestry, which is exactly what we wanted.
Nothing will stop us.
That's finished. Would have been nice if we summoned another +4.
The void fragment is mine. This will loosen.
Ah, there was another +4 there, so we'll do this +1 and then go there. Laugh. Life. Oh, life. Oh, absolutely destroying everything. That's nice when you do the objectives like the boss spawnings. It does allow you to summon your ancestral totems quite quickly as well. So you've got them up ready for the boss fight. Ah, what the heck, we'll just take that. Okay, game. You have twisted my nut.
Finally, here lies the Void King and all my answers.
So the first thing we're going to grab from our dear corrupted Void Hunter over here is actually the HP. It does give us over 100 HP with HP regen as well, so we're going to grab that if possible. There we go, nice, beautiful max HP over there.
The final sigil.
And that gave us, we're sitting on 100 times damage multiplier for our ancestral totems. Look at them go. Go, my beauties. Oh, okay, we can't see their damage. I mean, their visuals when we don't have visual clarity on. That's unfortunate.
No, I am the king. Impossible. His death is not an end.
Alright, give me... Oh, there's burn to slow. Finally. And then, like I mentioned, we want fragility, and we're going to go and keep going. So now we're going to go back to Faydum to grab even more ancestral totems.
Nature's heart beats erratic.
And then we'll do another devastation, and we'll keep doing this until we can't do it anymore. Or until I'm tired of it. I like to do about 20 minutes, so we'll probably do 1 or 2 more Faydum runs. It does look like it's going relatively quick as well, so we should be fine. It looks like they have cunning. It doesn't mention anything about cunning, but it does look like the ancestral totems do have cunning. Okay, we actually managed to pick up our ascension over here. So the cool thing is we go from 100 times multiplier up to 199 times. Even bigger damage.
The void fragment hung with purpose.
Also, after doing this, you don't necessarily need to use the Poisonous Thorn. There is Bull Charge, which scales and keeps you dazed as well. There's a whole lot of other ones that you can use. But yeah, we go to about 200 times more based on our HP. We're going to grab a slow. Man, it sucks that we have so many of these negative effects, but it's my fault, so it is what it is. Beautiful amount of HP over there. We go from 100 times damage multiplier to 145 times. Oh my goodness gracious me. That is fascinating. Okay, as you can see, bosses have so much more life, but adding 4 more to the thing that's doing the damage for us just makes sense. So beautiful. Grabbing 12 over there. And then we go grab another devastation, of course. Because nothing screams damage more than 300 times or 3 times more damage on crits. This will be a very interesting one though, because obviously the further we go into the round, the harder, or you know, the more tanky the bosses become, even enemies. This is actually a good indicator that all our damage is coming from Ancestry, by the way. When you don't defeat anything, but as soon as you summon those summons, everything just melts. Okay, more life. We don't need the burn to slow. Multicast is fine. I mean, this thing was supposed to do poison based on our, like, 100 times more damage with poison. So you could go poison on hit using it. Had to go area there. It was legendary. We have no more rerolls. We are going to have to keep our rerolls for the boss. As you can see, we are at a point where our XP is diminishing now. Oh my gosh, we have 2 of those. Okay, we get the opportunity to summon our totem army. Slow to disarray. Beautiful.
Another step toward balance.
And where's the next? Okay, it's +2. Perfect. Again, just waiting for the bosses to spawn. We'll take that slow. Ooh, I really did not expect them to do this much damage actually, but it's so good that they do. Okay. And as soon as the Ancestry focuses on something else, bam. It's just so cool to see Ancestry right at the top there doing all the damage. We don't need those anymore. We'll take the disarray. We don't need... we'll take it just because of where it can spawn the bosses. I mean the enemies. I need to stop re-rolling. We don't have the re-rolls. This is going to cause us grief. I can just feel it. Alright, and wow, that's actually a lot more damage than I thought we would be doing. Okay, good. I did not expect that much damage to come. Alright, we don't need to reroll, we get the devastation, so we are on ×9. Or is it even ×9? I think it could be even more. Wait, where is the... So it goes from ×3 to 30, so we literally got 10 times more. Alright, let's go do one more round over here of Faydum, because that's already 20 minutes, which is my usual. I'm happy with where the build got us. The fact that we're able to do 8 vials with this is crazy. Okay, let's grab this. And that puts us at how much HP? 2000 HP, which is a 300 times damage multiplier. Beautiful. Love to see it. And then they've got the damage scaling. Oh, that's just so good. How did this work out so well? Okay, we need more life. Don't have many rerolls, unfortunately. We'll take the devastations because that's, I mean the disarrays, because those are actually pretty good in terms of increasing and decreasing damage. So disarray on hit is perfect. We could also now just grab a sneaky Aranak as our last fight. Yo. Definitely a damage difference now. I don't think we'd be able to push further than this, unfortunately. Okay, can you stop moving? It's very hard for my totems to attack you if you're moving. Alright, so we do get the Ascension, bam, and then his health just melts. But you can't sit there waiting for the Ascension every time. It's just one of those unfortunate things. But there we go, an army of 16 of our totems. Absolutely crazy. Let me know what you guys thought of the build itself. I think it exceeded expectation, and I had a really fun time playing with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.